East Tennessee State basketball. I've been trumping their calls for more than a minute, and they justified it by winning the Southern Conference tonight.
The fans ready to explode for the second time in Steve Forbes' era and the 11th time in school history. Say it with me. The East Tennessee State Buccaneers. They're dancing, boys and girls.
They are going dancing, courtesy of the call on 640 WXSM. Let's bring in the head coach of the Buccaneers, Steve Forbes, who joins us here on Freddie and Fitzsimmons. Thanks to the show, Pinto Performance Line. Coach, before the conference term, you said it's a cruel one-and-done season now. It's either March Madness or March Sadness. What do they want it to be? I know what they want, but they've got to go get it, end quote. What does it mean to you and your team that you're able to use those words and win this conference tournament?
Well, Freddie, thanks for having me. It means I'll sleep a lot better tonight. And we were in a little bit different stratosphere this year, because we were getting some talk about it at large. And, we're at 29 wins now, 30. And so that made it even more pressure because at this level you have to win every game just to be in the discussion. And we'd go last couple of weeks. We'd win every game during the week and go down in the net. I saw teams lose both games in the week and stay the same in the net, and so I tried to not concentrate on it. I didn't talk to the team much about it. I thought, if we had to talk about bracketology, then it would have to be after a loss. And to these guys' credit, they just played outstanding tonight.
What did you learn about your team this year throughout this entire journey, now leading into that little thing called the NCAA tournament?
Well, yeah, tremendous depth, tremendous chemistry. We've had 8 different leading scorers this year during the year in a game. I doubt there's very many teams in the country that can say that. We're not reliant on 1 or 2 people to win. We can do it a lot of different ways, just like tonight when Isaiah Tisdale scored 26. He was a tournament MVP, but he's been our best defender all year. Davian Williamson, sophomore, had 20 last night. Trey Boyd's had, we just mix it around. And they just really, truly, really care and like each other. And that's not always something that you get every year on this journey, but we have a special journey going on right now.
Steve Forbes, the head coach of East Tennessee State. They win the Southern Conference on their way to the NCAA tournament, joining Freddie Coleman and Ian Fitzsimmons on Freddie and Fitzsimmons on ESPN Radio. I've been talking about this league for more than a second because you have your team. You have Wofford, a 7th seed that got all the way to the championship, and they gave you guys a little holy you-know-what before you ran away and hid from those guys. You got Furman, 25 wins. UNC Greensboro, 23-plus wins. For those who don't know about the Southern Conference, I'm lucky I get a chance to watch a lot of your basketball. What is the best thing about this conference that helped you win tonight and represent this league in the NCAA tournament?
Well, this year, depth. Last year we were very top-heavy. As you said, Wofford had a special year, won 30 games, and Greensboro won 29, Furman 26, 27. We won 24. This year, Wofford finished 7th in our league. And we had 3 knockdown dragouts with them. And I think like I said, us, Greensboro, tremendous program. West Miller, Furman, Bob Ritchie. This year, Western Carolina, Mark Prosper, Skip's son. Tremendous job at Western Carolina. Mercer, Greg Gary just came from Purdue, and then all of a sudden, we got Wofford. It's tough. It's a hard-fought league, and there's some really good coaches and really good players, and it's a shame, that we can't get more than one team in the tournament.
Well, Coach, right now you've got about a week off. I know you're going to self-evaluate, but what do you do tomorrow?
I'll tell you what we did. We bask in the glory of the win. I'm serious. This is the coolest thing about this tournament being the week before Selection Sunday. And I've been on both sides of this thing. And, when I was in Wichita, we were in the Valley, so we were early. But, being in the SEC at Tennessee or the Big 12 at A&M, sometimes you got to watch Selection Sunday in a banquet room after the tournament. It's not that fun. And this week, we just get to sit there and be number one, and we won our league, and, this town's going crazy. We probably had over 5,000 people at the game tonight. Our fans they're tremendous, and they travel. And so we're going to walk around town with our, chest puffed up a little bit, I guess, because they deserve it, and they're going to enjoy it before we start practicing towards the end of the week.
No doubt about it. Coach, real quick, you talk about the crowd size and what you're able to do. What does it mean, especially when you have that kind of performance tonight, and we know your team travels. So what if the NCAA decides that they're not going to have people there in the building because of coronavirus? What do you think? How do you think your team's going to handle that?
Well, it'll be like going to practice, I guess. They probably don't want to hear me yelling at them. I'd be sad. I'd hate that. And we're obviously not the only people that travel, but that's the excitement of the NCAA tournament is the excitement around the tournament and the fans and the pageantry of the whole deal. And it'd be a sad day if we had to do that, but we'll do what we have to do. But I know our fans would be really disappointed. I think they're anxious to see where we're going. I think they're hoping that we don't go over in California somewhere. I think hopefully we'll stay around here where they can travel to.
Well, either way, they will travel because the Buccaneers get it done in the Southern Conference. They beat Wofford 72-58. They have a terrific coach, and Steve Forbes done a great job with that program on the way to the NCAA tournament again. Gracious to have him with us here on Freddie and Fitzsimmons on ESPN Radio. Coach, congrats again. Enjoy Gold Community tomorrow morning at 9:30, and we'll talk to you soon, brother.
Yeah, well, thanks. I got the players on the bus waiting on me here. I got to tell them they got to go to class tomorrow, so they're not going to be real happy.
Thanks, Coach.
All right. See ya.